We love having you on the show.
Oh, and we're going to start off with the smallest nest we have here. This is a ruby-throated hummingbird, and it's almost all made of spider webs and really fine fibers, decorated with lichens to help it be camouflaged with the
looks
branch
like part of the branch,
on.
doesn't it?
Yep, and the hummingbird will lay 2 eggs in there about the size of a pea. Each egg is the size of a pea. Absolutely remarkable. And hummingbirds are
Do they like a specific kind of tree?
It doesn't matter really. They tend to nest on any horizontal branch.
There they
and
are.
There's
Look
the female doing
cute.
all the work. The males are complete deadbeat dads. they play
Oh, no, she has 3 in there.
They play no role in
3 or 2?
Usually it's 2.
Oh,
2 eggs.
aren't there
for
3 in
most
there?
Hummingbirds. I think that's just 2.
Oh, maybe
in
2.
there.
Oh, it's
Yep.
2. Okay.
So she'll do all the work and she can raise 2 broods during a season. Yep.
So now, what is this?
Oh, this is a Baltimore Oriole nest. And the Baltimore Oriole makes these, they're really well known for making these socks that hang from branches really high
But
up.
look what she found.
Yeah, so this female actually made a nest out of black plastic. It looks like from a tarp. But the hole is at the top, and she'll go into the top there, raise 5 chicks in there, so the nest will actually expand over time. And she'll hang from that branch upside down, weaving and tying knots. It's pretty remarkable.
Female nest?
Females build the nest,
And what about
males
this one?
feed. Females do everything for the hummingbirds.
But there is a bird in Africa, isn't there, that the males build the nest and the females watch the males, and if they don't like it, they fly away?
Yeah.
And the guy has to try again. He has to build a new house.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit. And there's some Oriole eggs there, beautiful
look at them. Oh, they look
striped eggs.
They look like they're painted.
Yeah. And you see those little numbers on there. These are from the museum at Cornell. Many of these eggs are over 100 years old.
Oh, thanks for bringing these.
Yeah. And so there's the beautiful male Baltimore Oriole there on the screen.
Oh, eating an orange.
And so, as I mentioned, he does take part. He feeds the female and the chicks in the nest, and Orioles really like fruit, so they'll come to oranges. Next up, bluebird house. If you have bird boxes in your yard, you want to attract bluebirds.
Yes.
They're the species that everybody wants to see. There's a few characteristics of a good bluebird box here that I wanted to talk about. First off is the size of the entrance hole here. For bluebirds, you're looking at about an 1.5 inch diameter hole. It can be either round or elongated like this. All boxes should be able to open up so that you can check them and you can clean them out. And if you're checking your boxes or any nest that you see, you can actually record the number of eggs.
I didn't clean my boxes out. Is it too late?
It's not too late.
Oh,
as long as they haven't started, you can go ahead and do it. But if you're monitoring your nests, you can report your observations to NestWatch, Project NestWatch at the Lab of Ornithology,
These are
so
nice
that we
nests.
can keep track of how birds are reproducing and how populations are doing over time. So it's nestwatch.org, and I believe there's a link on your website.
So that's for your eastern bluebird.
For your eastern bluebird.
And the eggs are blue.
The eggs are blue, and in about 10% of bluebirds, the eggs are white. But for the other 90%, they're blue. And there's a beautiful male eastern bluebird there. I think he's up against a barn background
beautiful.
there. But they're absolutely stunning birds. And then here we have an American goldfinch nest.
What a beautiful nest that is.
Yeah, and they use, just think, they only use their beak to make these nests.
Oh, they don't have hands.
They don't have hands. Imagine tying their hands.
I would be horrified if I see a bird with hands.
Try to be crafty without your hands and only using your lips. So the American goldfinch makes a fine nest out of pine needles, and right there down the bottom, that soft material is the down from thistle plants. So goldfinch have to wait until late in the summer, until after the thistles have bloomed, in order to make their nests and feed the thistle seeds to their young.
Oh, I see.
And you can see they're really tiny,
I have
tiny
lots of
eggs
goldfinches on my property. So I must have a lot of these nests somewhere.
And most of the summer, they're just kicking back and having fun, and then they get busy in July. And here's some great footage of a female American goldfinch making the nest. So this is the last stages of the nest building process. And you'll see her scooch down in the nest and wiggle side to side, and that's forming the cup of the nest. So that's a female American goldfinch.
And then this is a wood thrush.
Yes, we have a wood thrush here, which is one of our common thrushes in North America. And they're well known for putting this outer layer of leaves, and occasionally you'll see paper or plastic bags or something like that in the outer part of the nest as well. Mud on the inside with fine fibers, and thrushes are really well known for these beautiful blue eggs.
You
that
didn't
all
bring a
the
barn
thrushes
swallow
nest.
nest. I have those in my garage.
Well, barn swallow nests are made out of mud and they
Oh,
crumble, so
they
they're
are,
kind of
they
hard to
are.
take down. And here you can see a mom and dad wood thrush
how pretty they
feeding
are.
very small chicks in the nest.
So if you find a nest on the ground, should you try to put it back in the tree, or?
If it blew down in a windstorm, it's fine to put it back up right where it originally was because the birds are looking at that location.
Right.
If you find a chick on the ground, though, you probably shouldn't touch it because chicks often leave the nests before they can fly.
Oh.
And the parents are feeding it, and they'll feed it for several weeks.
Oh, they will, on the ground?
On the ground, wherever it is.
Unless one of the 5 cats
Exactly.
finds
You
it.
need to keep your cats indoors.
Okay.
That's very important. But the parents will feed the chicks for a few weeks after they leave the nest.